Welcome, everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I'm the president of the Mortgage Calculator. We are a non-delegated correspondent lender with over 5,000 unique loan products. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us today so we can go over a little bit about what makes us unique. And then I'll pass it over to Kyle Hershey, our COO, who will show a little bit of how it actually works on the back end. And then we'll close it out with Jose Gonzalez, our sales manager with 20 years of experience, more of a traditional how it comes together to close loans. So let me start by sharing my screen and we'll go through the website here. Hopefully most of you have checked this out before, but let me explain a little bit more about what we mean exactly here. So obviously we come from a little bit of a different background. We're not your traditional bankers. We come from a marketing and technology background, and obviously all about leads. So unlimited free leads powered by our technology, CRM, POS, LOS, and we obviously have the AI built in as well. So we put it all together, and basically over the last 20 years now, we've built different systems and spent millions of dollars on ads and lead generation. So we come from more of the marketing side. So we got into the business as more of a marketing company about 5 years ago and have built this system into what you see here. So let me explain a little bit more about what we mean. We're a non-delegated correspondent. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But basically, we want to build tools for you guys to plug in and scale your business instantly. So we're not your traditional bankers, as I said before. So we want to be able to build you a technology platform and a lead platform that you can plug into, whether it's our leads, company leads that you plug into, or you use our system to generate more self-generated leads from what you're already doing. We want to make sure you have that system set up so you can fill your pipeline, especially now with the market the way it is and the traditional referral sources have kind of dried up. We want to make sure you have fresh leads every day to work on. So how does it all work? First off, let's talk about the business model. So as I mentioned before, we're non-delegated correspondent, where we have over 120 lenders and investors. And what that means is we can do both broker or correspondent loans for our borrowers. So we built this platform. As I said, we started over 5 years ago at a bank, took it to brokered, non-delegated, and delegated, and found the best business model for our customers, most importantly, was non-delegated, where we can do both broker or correspondent, whatever is best for our borrowers. Typically, that's correspondent, where we have over 5,000 loan programs with our 34 investors, where we fund the loans with our own money. And therefore, we typically always get the best rates and pricing, even at the same outlets as broker, because we're funding the loans with our own money and our own law firms are closing it, taking all the risk and all that comes with it. So we can usually get better pricing, which then passes to our customers. And then if it doesn't fit within something we can fund with our own money, we have over 110 wholesale lenders where we can do any specialty loans that are outside of our box there. So we have every loan program imaginable from VA, USDA, FHA, Fannie, Freddie, non-QM, DSCR, all the stuff we're used to, we can fund in-house. Once you start going to commercial, mixed use, CDFI, SBA, fix and flip, all that kind of stuff that's a little bit outside the box, those are the deals we'll typically broker to some of our partners. But either way, we want to make sure we have an outlet for every lead. And then the AI we have built in here, his name is Calvin, our AI loan officer assistant. He helps out on every step of the way to try to push all of our team forward on the files and do it all as an AI model and push you through the loan process. Now, how do we execute all this? Obviously, we have our own technology. So that's what it's all about, is building our own platform so we can push our leads and customers through our system in the best way. So we have our lead generating website, which everything's based on, with AI built in, the POS, CRM, LOS, everything that you're about to see. And basically it's built for us, by us. And what that means for you and your customers is one login for you, one login for your customers. No matter which of the hundreds of different banks or lenders or outlets we use, there's only one place where you need to go and your customers need to go. So your prospects can instantly go from name, email, phone number, just the basics, to pulling their own live rates, completing their own 1003, pulling their own credit, and their liabilities all get imported into our Encompass-based platform, but you don't necessarily need to log into Encompass. It's all in our platform here. We also have our instant rate quotes with over 5,000 loan programs, as we mentioned, and once you plug into those programs, it'll automatically re-quote your customers. It's actually doing that right now in the background to thousands of different customers as the rates are getting updated today. And we have over 50 API integrations, as I mentioned, with Encompass, where you don't have to log into Encompass. You can control everything through our CRM, but same thing with Optimal Blue for pricing, all the industry standard platform for pricing, but you don't need a login for it. Same thing with credit, with Meridian Link, account check for VOE, VOI, VOA, all that kind of great stuff. Appraisal works 5 AMCs at the click of a button, no logins needed. So everything's just a click of a button away. We also have our instant business cards and flyers. So instantly when you get your website, you also can generate your own marketing materials. And one of the coolest features that I love is we can capture leads that don't necessarily have to fill out a form. So if someone is browsing the site and maybe in the market, you can still find out if they might be interested, even if they don't necessarily fill out a full form. We can also automate your social media. Again, just plug into the system and it'll automatically post and generate leads for you with your custom link. So just automate that, set it and forget it. And we have our Calvin built in to the system here in the lending side of it with dual AUS. So we can run dual AUS at the same time. Obviously, a lot of systems do that, but then we can run our Calvin analysis to see which might be best for our borrowers. So pretty cool feature there. Then we have our development staff to implement new features if it's going to help the team. We do new updates every week. Now, the other part of this is trainings and support. So we want to make sure we have support. All the different models that we've visited in the past definitely had some support lacking. And since we're all remote based, we want to make sure we have everything available to you guys. So at the click of a button, you can get into our remote training center, which is more of a classroom course style, and expand your skills, get access to new leads, and upgrade your plan. We'll talk about that in a second. And if you want to tune into our daily live trainings, we have our 5 days a week mortgage rates podcast called Daily Rates Live that we do every morning. We just got off that. Sales training, Kyle holds that 5 days per week, which gets us pumped up about different sales topics. And then 2 days per week, we go into a technical loan officer training on a different actual like loan topic there. And we also have our live Zoom support. So again, we're remote based, but we want to make sure we get face to face so you can pop in. Our processors can check out your screen, tell you what to click, or even click it for you. And we have our knowledge center with thousands of articles. So whenever our partners or us have a video, guide, tip, trick, and our partners, we can post that in there. So thousands of different articles from all of our different partners there. In our AI built in here, Calvin Compliance can search all the federal regulations instantly, as well as the states that we're licensed in. So anytime you have a compliance question, you don't necessarily have to wait for the compliance manager. You can check the AI there. And some of the things that we have here that don't fit into a general category, but that we love to do. First off, DSCR business purpose loans in 44 states. So no matter which state you're licensed in, you can expand your footprint by doing DSCR business purpose loans, which we love here. We have unlimited leads from all kinds of different places. Kyle will show you in a second, but the general theme is 50-50 split. If you grab one from the company, very simple 50-50 split, depending on what plan you're on. And we can automate your lead generation at scale. Like I said, you can set it and forget it. You can also plug into our leads where you can purchase our leads. Or if you already have leads going, you can import those with our webhook. So a couple different ways to plug into the system there to generate more leads. You can also refer deals to your team members, your senior loan officers for 75 basis points anytime you don't have the license, or maybe you don't know how to do a fix and flip loan, or maybe it's for your spouse and you have a conflict of interest. Just click that button. It'll go to a team member and you can work with them to close a loan and still make some great commission. We also have instant payroll available. Obviously, as a lender, we have a little bit of a 1 or a 2 week delay there, but if you need to get instant payroll, we have that option. You can click that button. And no monthly fees, no desk fees, no technology fees, no fees of any kind, no hidden fees. What you see is exactly what you get. And as Kyle mentioned before we went live here, we have our annual retreat here in Miami, where we want to make sure, since we're all remote based, we meet everybody at least once a year face to face. So we have our Yacht Party VIP retreat here in Miami, and anybody that closes a loan with our team will get their room paid for if they can make it down here and meet us face to face at least once per year there. Now, if you need to watch the video again, there's a replay here, but let's get into the compensation plans. So senior loan officer, obviously everybody's goal here to get to the max comp, 225 basis points base comp here, and that's on conventional and non-QM. That's 2.25% commission. And if you take a company lead, again, 50-50 split, so that'd be 112.5 basis points on company leads for conventional and non-QM. Now, this is for our experienced loan officers. And because of that, they're going to get the best leads, obviously all the leads that everybody gets, but then they're going to receive the referrals from their teammates. So anytime your teammate doesn't have a license or maybe doesn't know how to do that loan, they're going to click that button, and that's not going to be just a lead, that's a referral, maybe a family member, maybe a friend, and it comes with a teammate that's going to help you close it. So those are the best leads there. Obviously, they'll have access to all the other leads as well, 50-50 split, and they have access to get a 25 basis points monthly bonus for any volume over 2 million. Again, we want to build a system and a platform for you guys to build, and we want to get as much commission back to you as we can. Now, if you want to help your team, you can upgrade to a team leader and earn 25 basis points, helping your team structure and disclose their files. Now, the fine print here, senior LOs must have experience. So 6 closed loans per the last 12 months is what it says there in the fine print. And you must pass the test. So we have courses and tests that you need to get to, and you can go ahead and upgrade to senior loan officer once you have that experience. If you're brand new or you haven't taken the test yet, you can join as a loan officer, 150 basis points on conventional and non-QM. That's 1.5%. Simple 50-50 split for leads again, 75 basis points for any company leads you take here while you're taking the test or still learning. Now you still have access to everything non-delegated and brokered with 130 plus lenders and investors total there. You have access to everything, lead generating website, CRM, POS, LOS, everything you're about to see here. Kyle will show you the back end a little bit. The AI integration with Calvin AI. Kyle will show you how that actually looks in the back end a little bit. And again, access to all the leads, and you can click a button to refer to a senior loan officer anytime. We are licensed in 23 states for primary and second homes, and you can originate 21 additional states in business purpose DSCR loans, as we mentioned before. So again, once you get rocking and rolling, you can go ahead and take the courses to upgrade to senior loan officer at any time. Once you pass those, you'll be on that plan. So pretty simple there. We now have it with the tests and the courses, so you can go ahead and upgrade anytime. But Kyle, if you're ready, let's go ahead and show what the actual backend looks like here.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. And okay, so of course we have full trainings on this when you come on board, but just want to highlight a few features here of our system. So this is our CRM on the back end. Just like any other CRM, you take your notes and send your emails and your texts. You can also click a button here to have our AI assistant Calvin create your texts and emails to conversate with the client. And of course, all the communication pops up down here so you can keep track of it all. You can set reminder tasks. You can put people on action plans, automated drip campaigns to email them and text them from you automatically over the course of years. So all that kind of good stuff that most CRMs do. But what really starts to set our system apart is our quoting system. So if we come here, you'll see with just a few pieces of info that we put in here without pulling credit or anything, within 2 minutes, you can click one button and pull all the rates from our different investors for their scenario. And you can pop out a nice, pretty quote that looks like this, right? So your clients can see what these things mean. They can scroll over them to see their quote, their rate choices. It pulls in the Google map automatically of the property. It pulls in the Zestimate automatically of the property, has the loan details here, automatically does the monthly breakdown of the payment and taxes, insurance. Estimated lender fees are here. And then, of course, it has you here as the loan originator. And you can also add your realtor partners to these. So your realtor partners absolutely love this because they know when they send you a client, not only can you quote them within minutes, but you can attach the realtor to that quote so they can see what's going on and they see that you're keeping them in front of their client's face saying, hey, we are your team that's pushing this deal across the finish line. So your realtor partners, they're either going to send, who do you think they're going to send the business to, right? Somebody that just like emails their client some random rate and has nothing to do with the realtor, or the person that's giving them real live rates within minutes with a nice, pretty quote with the realtor attached on to the quote, putting the realtor in front of their client's face. Your realtor partners absolutely love it. And the best part about all this is that when your client's ready to move forward, they just click start my loan application. And what that does is take them to their borrower portal. So I'll show you what that looks like here. It pops them right into their portal where they can start their loan application. They fill out the whole actual 1003 right here in our system. They don't have to leave the page. It's going to prompt them for the basic documents we need them to upload. They can see their loan info here. They can see the milestone of where the loan is at, which of course updates automatically as you go through the loan process, right? And they can also communicate with you through here. So that's what the client sees on their end. Now, let's talk about what you see on your end now that the loan is started. So if I come here, this is what it looks like on the back end for you once somebody has submitted their application. Notice this is all the way green because this is 100% complete application here. So you can see their application, you can see their documents. You can also request documents, whether it's you or your processor. You could say, you know what, I need 12 months of bank statements. And now it's going to request that from the client, right? You could say, hey, you know what, this started as a conventional loan. Now it's going to be a VA self-employed loan, but I don't really know what documents I need for a VA self-employed loan. But the system does, right? So you can save that. And then it's just going to ask the client for that type of loans documents. And you can also request signatures, right? You can say, I need them to sign something here, and it's going to prompt them to sign it when they log into their borrower portal. And again, they don't have to leave the page. We have the legal e-sign built into the system, so they never have to leave the page, right? Now, what happens here is once your client submits their application, they agree to the credit pull, and we pull credit instantly and automatically. We pay for it up front, so your client doesn't have to pay for it, right? And so it's pulled instantly and automatically. That way, when you click our Encompass API here, again, this is going to be controlling Encompass on the back end, right? But you are doing this all within our CRM. So when you actually come in here and pull it up, the whole 1003 is already imported in here. The credit is already pulled and imported in here. The liabilities are already imported into here. Everything is imported here, ready for you to go. And just to point out real quick here, our dual OS, like Nick said, we can run automated underwriting in one click for both Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And then our Calvin AI will analyze it and let you know what may be best for your client's certain situation, right? So, super streamlined system there. Now, when you're doing your loan, whether it's you or your processor, if you need to order certain things, we have our Calvin AI Assist button here to order VOE, VOA, VOI, request title, request insurance, file COCs, right? So we have that help there along the way. Now, after you've actually originated the loan and it's in underwriting, now what you'll see is when you have underwriting conditions, you'll get notified from our system and you'll log in here and you'll see the conditions right here on this same page. So you can now upload documents to fulfill those conditions. You could also dispute the condition and kick it back to the underwriter, right? So you see everything is here in this same system for you. And so that's how we're going to take a client from being just a name, email, phone number to communicating with them in the CRM, quoting them in the CRM, gathering their application in the system, gathering their documents, pulling their credit, originating the loan in Encompass, as well as fulfilling all the underwriting conditions, everything here in this one system from start to finish. So now let's talk about where these leads come from in the first place, right? So first and foremost, we're going to be giving you leads from our ad campaign. So we run our ad campaigns. As Nick said, we come from a lead generation marketing background, so that's what we do best. So we have ad campaigns running on all kinds of different platforms. And what we do is we send you a text as soon as that lead comes in. So a lead comes in, you get the second they clicked on that ad and double opted in to be contacted, you get that text message. So you can click that right away, claim that lead, and call them instantly. We always call every lead within the first minute. So that's the first and foremost way we're going to provide you leads coming into your phone all day via text, so you can call those hot, fresh leads coming in. Another way that we provide you leads is in our auto dialer. So we have an auto dialer here, just like any other auto dialer. You can call, 3, 4, 500 people in a day. You can press one button to leave an automated text and email to them if they didn't answer. So you can call hundreds of people in a day, dropping those auto texts and emails. And you'll see we have the leads in here for you. So we have tons of lead lists in here for you, from fix and flip to regular purchase leads. We have realtor lists in here. You could call realtors, foreign nationals. We have DSCR leads in here. So there's all kinds of leads in here that are real opted in leads as well. So that's another way that we provide you leads. And we also have cold call lists in here if all the other lead types are out. So the thing here is we always have calls for you to do at all times. We have thousands of leads here in the auto dialer for you to call. So that's another way that we provide you leads. Another way to work leads in our system is that you can purchase a campaign where what we do is we copy our ad campaign and put your budget on it, right? So you're getting the same leads that we know are effective, that we've proven out, that we know close, but you're paying for them up front. So they're going directly to you with no lead split on the back end, right? So we're going to be giving you leads all day, every day on a 50-50 split because we're paying for them up front. But if you want to run some of your own campaigns where you're paying for them up front, then you don't have to pay the 50-50 split on the back end, right? So we have the ability for us to essentially manage your campaign for you. Since we know our leads work, since we know our campaigns work, we can simply copy our campaign, put your budget on it. Those leads are going to go directly to you. And when you close one of those leads, there is not going to be a lead split on that. So that's a way to boost your pipeline even more than just the leads we're giving you, and boost your pipeline with some self-generated leads at the fuller compensation there. Now, another way to work leads in our system is that you can import leads. So let's say you're already buying leads from Zillow or Free Rate Update or Lending Tree or any other legitimate lead source like that. We give you your webhook here in the instructions on how to do this to bring it into our system instantly and automatically. So as soon as that lead comes in from, let's say it's Free Rate Update, that instant that comes in, you get a text and email from our system. That lead is in our system already for you. So you can just pull it up and call them and quote them and do everything you would do with any other lead, right? So we give you the ability to pull in the leads from anywhere else you're getting them. So whether they're the leads we're giving you all day that are coming in from our ad campaigns live, or they're leads in an auto dialer, or they're leads that you can purchase a campaign yourself, or they're leads that you're getting from some other third party source and bringing them in, essentially any way there is to work leads, we have that for you here in our system. So with that being said, let me go ahead and turn it over to Jose here. So as Nick said, Jose Gonzalez, our sales manager, 28 years of experience as both a loan officer and a realtor. And we'll have him talk a little bit about how this all actually comes together to close loans. And then after that, we'll open it up to questions. So go ahead, Jose.
Absolutely. Closing loans is what you're going to be doing with our over 5,000 products that we have at your disposal at the Mortgage Calculator. So you heard about the leads program and the technology. It's all amazing, and it's just a matter of time before the loan applications start coming in once you're cleared to originate. And that's very interesting process because you get lots of support to ensure that you're not spinning your wheels and being left behind. That all starts with the emails that you receive and your team leader receives and management receives whenever you get that loan application, right? We all get that email. We all will be replying to that email, letting you know what's going on with that new loan application. You're going to have a link provided so that you can set up a structure meeting with your team leaders, because team leaders are required to meet with their team within 24 hours of any new loan application being received to go over the structure for that new loan application, right? That is critical. That is our mentorship that we are providing, right? So you meet with your team leader, they help you structure that file, whether it's a non-delegated file with a lender, or whether it is a brokered file where we are a broker, right? Soon as that loan application is ready to go, you meet with your team leader again to review the file for disclosure, right? If it is a non-del file, that file will be disclosed in-house in front of you, basically on that Zoom meeting, as soon as you have the okay, right? File's reviewed, team leader says you're good to go, that file gets disclosed. If it's a brokered file, we obviously don't disclose those in-house, but you still need the green light to then go to the lender's portal to disclose it. We want to make sure that whatever product is being put out there is correct, and we're there to walk you through every step of the way. File, once it is disclosed, we have our intake processing. They're going to submit the loan for you to underwriting. They're going to assign it to a processor if it's non-delegated, right? If we're the lender. I will state, if it's a brokered file, you have the option to self-process or use third-party processing. That's your choice. But our in-house processing will help you with the file, will help you with the conditions. And then once it is clear to close, then it goes to our closing department to issue the CD and then close the file. Now, regarding those structure meetings, they are essential. That is the key component here that binds it all together. Because as an example, we had our one of our newly minted MLOs to the company, had agency experience, but didn't really have any non-QM experience. And wouldn't you know it, she picks up this amazing lead, 1.5 million dollar purchase, 85% loan to value. It was an almost $1.1 million loan, but this file had been denied by another lender who this borrower had been working. Now, the mortgage calculator, she gets the lead, reaches out to the borrower, and he on top of that tells her, hey, I also have an appraisal that I want to transfer, right? No problem. So I met with her multiple times. I think I met with her like 3 or 4 times throughout this process. At our first meeting, we both reviewed the docs that she brought and decided that full doc, which is what the previous lender had tried to do that was denied, was not the route to take. And neither was bank statement, because the borrower had large deposits that he stated he was not going to be able to document to have them considered as business related income. But with all of those 5,000 plus product options that we have with the mortgage calculator, we were able to place the customer into our profit and loss loan option, right? And our MLO then quickly went and met with the borrower and told the borrower what was required for that loan option. And 3.5 weeks later, we closed that loan, including the appraisal transfer, right? I mean, obviously, the appraisal transfer itself is not an easy thing to get done, but we were able to walk our MLO through that process and through the processing of her profit and loss loan to get that loan to close in 3.5 weeks. And she was pretty happy because that was her own deal, her own lead, and she made 1.5% of $1,056,000. Not too bad for her first deal. But it is a two-way street, right? The MLO has to be involved, has to roll up their sleeves there and seek out the assistance. It doesn't happen by osmosis. But if you are ready to roll up your sleeves and seek out the assistance, we are here to help you. Not only through the team leader meetings for structure and the meetings with management like myself for structure, but also our Zoom room, which is open during business hours every business day, so that you can jump in there and seek assistance for those less complicated situations, right? Definitely, you're not going to go into the Zoom room to have them help you structure a file, but you can go in there if you're stuck with your Encompass or something else with the whole loan process that you can't understand, or you have a simple question. You go in there, and our processors that are in the Zoom room with over 20 years experience, each and every one of them, will surely be able to assist you in a very short amount of time. And this is a situation that occurs all the time at the mortgage calculator. We get newer MLOs and even experienced MLOs that may be new to non-QM, or maybe they just want a second set of eyes to look over this stuff, right? Because that's part of the process that we do with our team leaders and with our structure meetings and the Zoom room and the knowledge center and all the other support measures that we have at the mortgage calculator. So definitely looking forward to helping you all structure your next non-QM deal or agency deal at the mortgage calculator.
All right, thank you very much. Let's real quick go into the next steps here, and then we will open it up to questions. So I'm going to share my screen here. Nick, if you could go ahead and drop the link in the chat for me for when they are ready to move forward and sign up. When you are ready, you're going to go ahead and come to this link. It's actually themortgagecalculator.com/join, pretty easy. And you're going to join for the applicable plan, right? If you are experienced, you'd be coming on as the senior loan officer plan here. If you're newer or have not been closing loans as of lately, as is the requirement here for the senior plan, then you would join on the loan officer plan here. Now, once you fill out the form, it's going to take you to sign the initial agreement, the initial compensation agreement. Now, don't worry, you don't need to sign it right then. It's going to email you a copy as well. So take your time, check the email, look over the contract. Once you do sign that initial agreement, though, that is what's going to kick off all of the next steps, right? So go ahead and sign up here for the applicable plan. Once you sign that initial agreement, it's going to kick off the next steps, and we will contact you to get your ID documents and walk you through having us sponsor your license and getting you all set up there. So those are the next steps. All right. With that being said, let's go ahead and stop recording, Nick, and we can get into questions.